Hello, this is Brad. I am with Mid-Continent Public Library, and today we are going to take a look at the Apple Maps app and see how it can help us navigate. We will see how we can use it to map out a route and then take a look at some of its special features. Before we get started, I want to clarify that this app is only available on Apple mobile devices like iPads and iPhones. All right, let's go ahead and get started. The Apple Maps app is actually an app that comes installed on most Apple mobile devices. There we see it in the top left corner. If it was not there for some reason, we can find it in the Apple App Store. A quick search of the App Store lets us see that the Apple Maps app is available here. But, like I said, it is usually a default app that comes installed on the device. To get started with the app, we will go ahead and click on its icon. And to get started, we will click in the search bar at the top that says Search Maps, and we will put in a destination. I do not have to know the address. I can simply start typing where I want to go. Today, we are going to the Midwest Genealogy Center. And before I type out the entire name of my destination, it will likely appear. And I can select on that, and it gives me directions from my current location to the Midwest Genealogy Center. If I scroll down, I can see information about the center, such as their hours, a phone number, and website, as well as their actual address. I might even see some reviews and some things that are good to know, such as the fact that they have free Wi-Fi. Let's go ahead and scroll back up here. I can see some information about my route. I can see that it is 4.2 miles, and by car, I can tell that it is a 10-minute drive. To see my directions, I will go ahead and select that blue button that shows the duration of my drive and the car. And here I can see my different route options. The route they currently have selected is the fastest route, and if I want to preview it, I can select Preview Route, and it will give me the turn-by-turn directions I can take to get to the Midwest Genealogy Center. I could share these directions if I needed to. If I wanted to print these off or share them via another app, I could do so. If I want to return to the previous window, I can select Done. And I see I do have other options. Here is a different route I can take that is 12 minutes, and here's one that is 13 minutes. And if I want the details of those, I can just select Preview Route. And I'm going to go ahead and select the first option, the fastest route, and select Go. And now it begins giving me step-by-step directions. Up in the top right corner, I can swipe that to see all of the different directions I'm going to do in order to arrive at my destination. This screen is very limited because it is what I would use if I were driving. If I select this upward-facing arrow right here, I can select details to see all of those at once. And then if I needed to end my route, I could select the End Route button. And that is the basics of how we can use the app to navigate somewhere. I am going to go ahead and select that blue button again. I could also add a stop as well. And let's say we are also going to go to the Harry Truman Presidential Library. Once again, I don't need to know the address. It appears there for me, and I can select it. And now it shows me my entire route from my current location to the Midwest Genealogy Center and then to the Harry Truman Library. I can swipe that to delete my stop. I can pick up and rearrange my stops by just clicking and dragging under the Preview Route options. There we see the different sets of directions, how to get to each stop on my route. Just like before, I can select Go to begin that. I see both stops. On the right-hand side, I can zoom out if I want to, if I need to see where the Midwest Genealogy Center is in relation to the Kansas City area, maybe even some surrounding states as well. I have some map options that I can utilize. Currently, we are seeing the driving map, but if I select this icon over here, I can change that to the Explore map. This would show me local restaurants and other attractions that I could visit. Here we see those popping up, stores and gyms and all kinds of different things. Besides the Explore option, there is also a satellite map that I can use, and this shows me an actual satellite image of the area in which I am navigating. Here we see a satellite view of the Midwest Genealogy Center. I know some people find this distracting, so maybe I will go back to the driving map. I can share the Midwest Genealogy Center's location through text or email or any of these other apps if I wanted to. If I go ahead and select the blue button again, I want to show some other options. Right now, it is estimated that our route would take 10 minutes. This is based on the assumption that we leave right now. If we were not planning on leaving right now, we have some other options that we can look at. We would go ahead and select the Now drop-down menu. And this allows us to select a specific day of the week and time that we are either planning to leave at or arrive by. So let's say we are going to arrive Friday and we want to arrive by 10:25. And then it would give us an estimate of how long it would take us on that day and time. All of these are based upon predicted traffic at that time. If I want to go back to my default, I can just go here and select Leave Now. And here we see our route based upon us leaving right now. If there were certain things we wanted to avoid on our drive, we could select the drop-down Avoid menu. And this would allow us to avoid tolls or highways. Let's take a look at the Avoiding Highways option. And now my route suggestions will not show any highway routes. I'm going to turn that off. So far, everything we have done has been assuming that we are driving. Apple Maps also has some options if we are walking, riding a bike, or taking public transit. Let's take a look at the walking option. And here we can see how long it would take us to go from our current location to the Midwest Genealogy Center by walking. We can tell that it is going to take us quite a bit longer, 1 hour and 32 minutes. And then it also gives us a little preview of the elevation that we might experience while we are doing this walk. It is not necessarily saying that this is a good way to walk. You can put in any 2 points and it will tell you the most probable walking route. There are some things I can also try to avoid when I am walking. These are slightly different than when I was driving. I can choose to avoid hills, busy roads, or even stairs if I want to. Let's go ahead and preview our route here. These directions might be slightly different than our driving directions. We can see the total elevation that we will ascend and descend on this walk as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at cycling. This gives us a route estimate if we were riding our bike. It again gives us an idea of how long it will take. And for cycling, it lets us know that this route includes main roads. Not every route is going to be a great biking route. You can put in any 2 points and it will kind of let you know what to expect. Like with cars and walking, there are some things that we can avoid, such as hills and busy roads. And it lets us know that our route might still include those. It might not have a great suggestion for that. And the last one is transit. This is showing us the best option for our public transit routes. Of course, here in Kansas City, this is showing us the local bus schedule and routes that we could take to get to our destination. Let's go ahead and go back to our main page. If we wanted to find some nearby amenities, we could do so from here. Let's say we wanted to find some place to have breakfast nearby. We can select that, and it brings up some places where we could get breakfast. And this is based upon my current location. And I have options to look by places that are currently open, that are top rated, and I have some filters over here as well that I can use. I can do the same thing for gas stations, coffee shops, fast food. This is all based on my current location. Sometimes you're in a new area and you don't know what's around. This could be handy. Here's gas stations, hotels, grocery stores, parking, and convenience stores as well. If there were places I was going to go to a lot, such as my home and work, I could enter those into here, so I would not have to manually enter those. And there we see the Midwest Genealogy Center saved under my favorites. I could add another favorite in this window if I wanted to. And this is Google Maps. It is a navigation app that is available on Apple devices such as iPhones and iPads. It is another option you have when it comes to using your phone's GPS capabilities. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to follow our MCPL 360 Facebook page. We premiere new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed the premiere on Facebook, you can watch all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our MCPL Mo YouTube channel. This has been Brad. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.